Recording in progress. Hi, Jenny Mason.
Hi, Brandy.
Nice to see you
Nice to
again.
see you.
Good, good. Hey, we were just talking. Worst Book Ever is coming up again. And I'm really thrilled that you want to join again. Because, like, the skeptic would say, well, Jenny, you already did it. Why would you join again? And so that's one of the things I wanted to talk about today. Why would you join Worst Book Ever again? Didn't you get that out of your system? Didn't you write the worst book? And now what?
Wasn't one bad book enough?
That's a good title. Isn't one bad book enough? I like that.
Well, actually, the one thing it's not even it's that you dedicate time to it. So I love writing, but if I haven't got a reason, like the worst book ever, then I tend to let it go and let other things take priority. So I'm really excited about sort of allowing myself to dedicate time to doing that, the 10 days, to focusing. I want to focus more than ever, more than the last times, this time.
Yeah.
And really try and see what I can get out in the 10 days.
Yeah. I love hearing what people have to say about it, because I was just mentioning, I feel like I'm such the nutty professor, I'm scatterbrained, and I just sort of do things like haphazardly. But then people like even you have commented on how we actually have structure in this program. And then, like you say, 10 days, we're going to get a book done. And if you change your mindset to say, well, gee, I guess we're going to get a book done in 10 days. Okay, let's go. You're right. I forget that. Because if this were, I heard a thing the other day, it said, hey, what if the offer were lose 3 kilos in 3 years? Say, well, I don't know. It's just not like, oh yeah, let me jump on that.
Yeah, I think it's that because, for example, what I really loved was the book process itself, where you learn from the software to actually write the book in, the structure, the template of the book, what's got to, the sections in it, right up to publishing. So that was really good for me. And now I know most of that, although, again, the publishing I'll probably be refreshed on, or that's last section, the uploading and that.
Yeah.
But mostly I'd probably work that out now myself, but it's more for me now about more dedication to the actual writing. So at the beginning you get the structure and everything and you write something, but this time I want to take the writing itself a little more seriously. So
yeah, okay.
Still experimenting. So still the worst book. I can just chuck it in the bin if I don't like it, but with a little more experimentation for myself.
Yeah. You had just mentioned the structure, and then you had mentioned also that's not necessarily 1, 2, 3. However, there are other elements of structure that you pointed out, like the foreword and the epigraph and the quote and the epilogue, that I mention as triggers. And so how did those help, like looking for quotes and stuff?
Yeah, that helps immensely. Firstly, I mean, for example, if I think about writing a book, I never really thought about where does one find a cover or what is in the book before you start reading the actual chapter 1 or whatever. So you had that all for us, and before I started the first one, I didn't have a clue what I was going to write, right? So but just having to find a quote and a name, a title, that gets you thinking. And you also had a lot of space in the software where you could and in your sections where you could get quite a few quotes and then choose one, and so you could experiment with that. So you start off experimenting with little things, which helps you get going, and it kind of brings you in some direction, because which quotes do you really like and what are they actually saying to you? That can help you start thinking about what you want to write about.
Yeah.
Or what's the title? That makes you think, Whoa, yeah,
Right.
what would a good title, a jazzy title be?
Yeah.
And then you also had a
Yeah.
subtitle. Oh, what's that then? You know, so all that helps you to get your mind going for what you want to create, sort of thing. But
Yeah.
it's very
I
low key. If I'm looking through quotes, I'm just saying, oh, that one's good, that one's not, or whatever. So it's not putting you under pressure at that point, you know,
yeah.
I've got
Yeah.
to start writing. It's like, what am I, you know, what do I like to write about, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I'm really happy that you brought that up because that's one of the big, I think, the big tactics or even strategies of the whole program. It's not so much like, okay, there's the blank paper, go,
Yeah,
handcuff yourself to a
that book
chair
that's
and
locked away, let it out. I mean, I know you've said
studio
that,
in
but
7 hours.
sometimes it's not really there at all.
Yeah. Yeah. And I that's why I try to offer these different methodologies and finding that quote, the Socrates quote, like, oh wow, that's exactly what I mean for chapter 1. And that's the heart of my book. And then you kind of let somebody else say it for you. And then you're like, that
Yeah,
quote is what I'm
yeah.
talking about.
What does that mean to
So,
me? And then you can start writing
yeah.
that. And then so it becomes, it actually starts with an idea, and you help us get the ideas, a few ideas, because not all of us have this book inside, you know. I
Yeah.
don't, but I love writing and I have a lot of ideas. So it's just a matter of, via the quotes or something, you know, stumbling over an idea that feels okay for this round and go for it. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
see what comes out with that idea, you know, as
Yeah.
opposed to
Yeah.
having a long 10-year desire to write a book on a specific topic, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't need
Which
that for this. You can just write about anything and see
yeah.
what comes
Yeah.
out, right?
Yeah. And then hopefully that clears the pathway that like shovels the snow out of the road. So then you can come through with your other idea or even your real idea if this wasn't it. But this is like the snow blower that cleans the path to come on in.
Yeah, but I think, you know, yeah, I don't know. For me, an idea, they're always sort of going towards the same thing. So it doesn't really matter if you, how you do it, you know. But that's
Yeah.
why it's a low key thing. Hey? If you don't have to have a great book idea, but you just have something, an idea from a quote or whatever, and a sub, you know, and a title and a subtitle. Okay, that gives you already ideas what you're going to write about. Yeah, and then you've got the chapters as well. Like you've also got a structure for that.
Yeah.
A few, I think you had 2 different ideas of how you could do that. So yeah, so then it helps. You're filling in little sections as opposed to kind of thinking 500 pages, here we come, right?
Right.
You sort of start with the first bit.
Here I've made a 500-page empty Word document for you. Bye.
Yeah, yeah. Fill it in the 10 days.
Right. Don't come back until you're done.
Yeah.
And also, we were talking about the community and how having the feedback and having also that 10 days where we've got active people in there. And I also encourage people to go comment on a stranger's post. You have a question about your title. Hey, what do you think of my title? Or what do you think of my cover? And of course, the beauty of it being like work or easiest book or silly book, that it doesn't get negative. We want to keep it fun and we want to keep it light. I mean, in a weird way, like that's a terrible cover is actually the feedback we're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, again, for me, the first time the community had a function of making me commit to it. I was behind. I was put off by that software thing. And then time went by, but because of the community, and we thought, oh, they're on step whatever, I better catch up. And that was really good for me. I better catch up. It got me going. So that's one important aspect. It's kind of accountability, right?
Yeah, Yeah. I
Because
heard that quite a bit. That's
if
great to
I'm
hear.
still on cover and everyone else is already doing each other's forward or whatever it's
Right.
then you kind of feel, oh gosh, I better catch up now.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. But it's also very supportive if you have a block, or if you think, I thought my cover was extremely childish, but because people liked it, it made me think, okay, I like it, they like it, I'll do it,
Yeah.
So
Great.
it's encouragement as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So the support and the encouragement and accountability and getting feedback from others, and like, oh wow, they actually liked it. I
And
thought it was.
sharing, sharing. I mean, you also have the videos, the live videos, so then people can ask questions and share. And that's always good, because it isn't so unusual that everyone's struggling with the same, or has struggled with the same in the past, so it resonates. So then you feel you're not the only one going through whatever you're going through.
Yeah, that's important. You're right. You're not the only one, because there's the community and we're all scared and doing a book. I mean, I'm doing a book too. So we're all going to be doing a book.
Yeah. So if you say, I really haven't a clue what to say next, I think it's finished and I've only written 100 words. There's someone who can have an idea that you can try to get it to 200 words or whatever, to move you on a bit.
Yeah. And even speaking of word count, I remember last year I did a 1-word book, the whole book.
Oh yeah.
It was 1 word. I kind of just did it even to show, say like, look, this is possible. Because I'm really kind of, for me, it's much more important that the book is finished than 364 pages. We want to get it done in those 10 days. And so if you think, oh, I've got the story, but it's only 100 words, that's fine. We're done. So the completion aspect is really important.
Well, actually, that's also the good thing about the book structure, because you can do quite a few things quite near the beginning already. And then you've just got that middle or actual book to do, and then you know how much time you've got.
Right.
But it's true, because you've got the whole thing, and you just have to write the book itself.
Yeah, but that's kind of my secret recipe. There is that we're doing all these things around it, where the actual book content, in my humble opinion, is not going to be the hard part. It's that finding that right quote and thinking of the title and the cover. I mean, that, in my opinion, those things
that gives you direction, and then and then you've just got to see what comes out.
Yeah.
Well, but also you had structure there, so that helped me a lot. That it's not just one big canvas of, as you say, 500 pages, fill it in. You've got a good structure, and if you just start with a little bit of a summary of each, or what are my chapters going to be, once you've thought of that, that's the way I love to work with everything. I'm high level down. Some people are bottom level up, but I'm not. So I like to have, okay, it's going to be this, and then this chapter 2 will be about that, and chapter 3 will be about that. Once I've got those, then I can say, so what do I want to say about chapter 1, which is that, and then maybe it's only that much. And then later you think, oh, let me expand on that and that and that, whatever. So it grows a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I really, I make so many jokes in the course too. I think I'm gonna make a note to make the 500-page empty document hilarious. Actually, I'm gonna add that into the program.
Blank page, fill it up quickly now. I'm telling you, you've only got 10 days, 50 a day then. Good luck.
Well, thank you so much, Jenny. This has been really great. And I have a whole system up there where I have a special link, and that can get a discount off if you're watching this and you're watching Jenny here. And you can go to the link. It's go.repossible.com/Jenny, Jenny. And that will give you a 25% off of the program, whenever it is. And it's now March, and we're looking at doing this in April. And I was just talking earlier about, I think I want to do it every April and every April 1st and every November 1st. And so if you're watching this, then that link should work for any time you want to join. And Jenny's going to be with us April and maybe again in November. Who knows? Maybe this is a regular thing. I mean, I'm going to be doing it anyway, right? My true belief is that I wish, or if I were ruler of all time, space, and dimension, I think everybody should write a book every year, because also that's the book that they wrote this year. Like, this is your story for 2022, and next year is different. So
yeah.
Great.
Cool.
All right. Well, thanks
Bradley.
so much, Jenny. And
I look forward to seeing you there.
yeah, me too. I'll see you then. Great. Bye-bye.
Bye.